The next question is, write the following power function in C++ that returns the x raised to the power n, where n can be any integer. And name of the function is given. In the previous example, that is area of a circle, we have taken our own name for the function. But now in this question, the name of the function along with its return type is specified. So we have to make use of same name along with the return type, same number of parameter we should define whenever we are declaring the function. So in this question, we just have to find out x raised to n. So if suppose the value of x is 2, here just notice, and suppose value of n is 3, so 2 raised to 3 is 8, that we need to calculate. Raised to power we are going to calculate. So name of the function is already given in the question, so we have to use this name only. We cannot have our own name. So double, then power into round bracket double x comma int p. This is the function which we are going to use. So just write down the name of the function double power, which is having two parameters. First parameter is of double data type and the second parameter is of integer data type. Okay. So I have declared double equal to y equal to x. So the execution will take place, as we all know, that from the void main only. So here I am executing, that is we have declared two variables. One is of double type and the other is of integer type. Then in the cout we have displayed the message as enter the value of x. So we will enter the value, and after that we have taken the value of x. So suppose now I am considering value of x which is entered by the user, that is 2. Then I have asked the user to enter the value of n, that is how many raised to numbers we have, value we want to find out. So suppose user have entered value of n as 3. So these are our values, x equal to 2 and n equal to 3. After that, in cout statement the result is, and we have called the power function. So power function, now value of x is 2 and value of n is 3. So this, because of this particular line, that is cout statement, as we have called the power function here, automatically the control will be moved to the power function. So what are the values of x is 2 and n is 3. So the same values are assigned, that is value of x is 2 and value of p. In place of n we are going to make use of variable p. So 2 and 3. Then we have written double y equal to x, means we have simply copied the value of x variable inside y variable. So now y will have the value as 2. After that we have used for loop, int I equal to 0, I less than p, then I plus plus. That is initially now we will be having different iterations. I equal to 0, then I less than p. So what is value of p? 3. So I is 0, 0 less than 3, yes, condition is true, because of which what will happen, y equal to y into x. So what is value of y? 2, and what is value of x is 2 again. So y equal to 4 we will get as an answer. Then because of this I plus plus, now I will get incremented, so value of I will be 1. Okay. Again condition will be checked, 1 less than 3, yes, the condition is true. Then again y equal to y into x, that is 4. Value of y in the previous iteration is 4. So 4 into x, x value is not changed, that is 2 only. So y equal to 4 to the 8. Right, this answer we will get. And after that, because of I plus plus, now I will be 2, 2 less than 3, condition will be true, and then we will get the answer as 16, which is the wrong. Means there is something wrong in this program. And what is something? We just need to perform, or we have to stop till I1 only. If I am doing I equal to 2, definitely the condition is going to get true, and 8 into 2, that is 16 answer we will get. But 2 raised to 3, the answer for this question is 8 only. So we already got the answer. So here we need to make one change, and that change is, you just put here I less than p minus 1. So now as we all know that initially it was I equal to 0. And p minus 1, what is value of p? That is 2. So I less than 2. This will be the condition. So because I have changed the program, now in place of 2 we will be having in place of 3 we will be having 2. So 0 less than 2, yes, condition will be true. Second time also 1 less than 2, condition will be true. Like in third time, when I equal to 2, and here also we are having 2, the condition will be false, because of which we will come out of the for loop, and for after that we are having the code as written y. So final value which is stored inside the y, that is 8, will be written by this function. So again, as this particular function is returning the value of y variable, the control of our program will move to this particular line, and in the final answer the result is, after that 8 value will get displayed if we are taking these values. So I hope this is clear to you. So from the execution we will come to know where we made the mistake. So this is the logic, how you should think. So now in place of, if we are having 2 raised to 4, definitely 0 to 3 it will be there. Or if you want to make use of p, means you don't want to write down I less than p minus 1. Minus 1 you don't want to write down. Then just initialize the I value to 1. Start the for loop with I equal to 1. So there are so many solutions to this program. You can refer whatever way you will feel easy. That is, if we are starting the for loop of I equal to 1, then we can write down the condition as I less than p only. And if we are starting the for loop with 0, and this is the reason why I made the changes to the program, that is, we should have I less than p minus 1. I hope it is clear to you.